If you run a professional service business and you've ever asked, is YouTube actually worth my time? This video will give you a clear, honest answer. Not hype, not promises, not vague optimism. Real strategic clarity. Here's the truth. YouTube isn't worth it for every business. It is worth it for the ones that use it in the right way. And most established service business owners don't even realize what the right way actually is. They assume that YouTube's value is the same as LinkedIn or SEO or paid ads. It isn't. YouTube operates differently. It rewards depth, not frequency. It rewards clarity, not noise. And that difference matters, especially when you're selling expertise, not widgets. Where's the tension? Well, when you think about YouTube, what comes to mind? Creators, trends, hooks, subscribers, viral moments, TikTok-style energy. For service business owners, especially thoughtful, experienced professionals, that just feels off. It feels misaligned. It feels like not us. And that skepticism makes sense. You didn't start your business to become a content creator. You started it to solve real problems for real clients. So the idea of investing in a video channel probably feels like a distraction. And before we talk about whether it's worth it, let's ask a deeper question. What problem are you really trying to solve? Is it visibility? Is it credibility? Is it leads? Is it trust? Is it easing the sales process? YouTube can impact all of those, but only if it's given the right role. If you misunderstand its role, it's likely going to feel like a burden. But if you understand its role, then it becomes an asset. Here's where most businesses quietly misinterpret YouTube. They assume it's another awareness channel, another place to post content, another way to get seen. But that's not the business value. Traffic isn't where the ROI lives. The ROI lives in pre-sales trust building, and that requires depth, not noise. When you use YouTube to help people understand how you think, it becomes a credibility engine, an inbound magnet. Not because it's popular, because it's persuasive. That's a fundamentally different value proposition. But most people don't realize this early. And don't assume there's a quick answer. Listen carefully. YouTube is not a quick fix. It's not a short campaign. It's not a tactic you flip on for 60 days and expect a pipeline to appear. If that's what you're looking for, YouTube will feel slow, and slow feels frustrating. But slow in the wrong way is different than slow in the right way. Most businesses quit before they see the real shift because they judge value based on immediate lead spikes. YouTube doesn't operate on spikes. It operates on compound clarity. It's not for the impatient. It's for the strategic. Here's what most business owners miss. Your website explains what you do. LinkedIn signals relevance, email nurtures context, but YouTube demonstrates judgment. Professional services sell judgment, not widgets, not simple deliverables, not immediate transactions. Judgment. When your prospect is evaluating whether to hire you, they're not asking, can they do the work? They're asking, can I trust their thinking? That's where YouTube shines when done right. And that's where the real value resides. Now here's the critical reality check. YouTube produces qualified leads, not random leads. If someone finds your video on a topic they mildly care about, that's not a qualified lead. That's just visibility. But if someone finds a video on a topic they are already evaluating internally, someone who is already considering options, that's where lead generation begins, and that distinction is crucial. Don't mistake general interest for buying intent. YouTube affects buying intent when your videos expose implications, reveal consequences, clarify trade-offs, show judgment applied to real decisions. And when your content reaches that level of depth, you stop generating passive views and you start generating inbound opportunities. That's worth paying attention to. Let's talk about timing. If you expect YouTube to produce leads in 30 days, you're going to be disappointed because it doesn't work that way. Not for high trust services, not for strategic buyers. YouTube needs a library, a coherent set of videos that address questions buyers are asking before they book sales calls. It requires consistency, not chaos. Consistency with clarity. That's what builds momentum. And that momentum over time becomes predictable inbound. This is where YouTube transitions from an experiment to an asset. But that transition doesn't happen automatically. It happens when your videos do one thing. They move prospects from curiosity to conviction. When that shift happens, lead conversations begin. Now, let's discuss costs and returns. Compared to paid advertising, outbound outreach, event sponsorships, agency partnerships, YouTube is unusual. It doesn't produce leads instantly, but over time, your content becomes a trust library. It works quietly every day. Prospects search keywords, they find your videos, they consume your point of view, they reference your thinking in sales conversations. And that's not hype, that's infrastructure. And infrastructure compounds. Each new video doesn't just create a moment, it strengthens the whole system. That's the real ROI. Not in views, not in subscribers, not in vanity metrics, in qualified inbound conversations. And don't assume this only works for big brands. Here's the reality. YouTube scales with clarity. You don't need thousands of subscribers. You need alignment with the right audience. A few hundred highly aligned viewers can produce more qualified conversations than thousands of unaligned ones. This is especially true in niches where buyers search before they buy, and they evaluate risk, compare options, require proof of judgment. Those behaviors are not unique, they're measurable, and YouTube's structure supports them. So, is YouTube worth it? The honest answer is it depends on whether you're using it as an asset or a broadcast channel. If you treat it as another content outlet, you'll feel like it doesn't produce results. But if you treat it as a searchable library of your thinking designed to pre-build trust before someone ever steps into a sales call, then it is worth it. Not immediately, not virally, but structurally. And that difference is what separates YouTube as a tool from YouTube as a lever. Now, imagine these couple of scenarios. In the first, you rely on the channels you know, your website, email, LinkedIn, referrals. You generate leads inconsistently. Sometimes there are a lot, sometimes there's crickets. Sales cycles remain inconsistent and growth feels effort-driven. In the second scenario, you commit to publishing thoughtful, long-form content designed around real buyer decisions. Prospects arrive pre-aligned, trust accumulates before calls, sales conversations start faster. Great conversations happen sooner, and your pipeline begins to feel predictable. Which scenario feels more sustainable? Which one aligns with your business trajectory? That's the real question. So think about it like this. YouTube is not a quick win. It's not a shortcut. It's not a viral content play. It's a strategic infrastructure choice. If you want to explore whether it's worth it for your business based on your market, audience, offerings, and goals, there's a link below in the description box where you can request a conversation. No pressure, just clarity. Because using YouTube strategically as opposed to casually, that really changes how the world finds you. And in professional service businesses, being understood before you're spoken to makes all the difference.